Hi, my name is Chloe Blanc, and this is the part 2 video for the Aseptic Technique lab. Today is July 15th. It is around 12 p.m. I started the incubation period on Wednesday, July 11th. I put them inside around 6 p.m. So when I got home from work yesterday, I checked them out. I just felt like they weren't quite ready yet for me to videotape and talk about it. As far as they were, I was able to visually capture with a picture and on camera the growth, so I just want to give a little more time. So it's definitely more than 72 hours. It is a possibility it took so long because we've been having a hard time keeping the house cool, just because we've been having massive heat waves. So trying to keep the house cool, so it was probably changing temperatures inside. They were safe, they were away from animals and children, so I cared more about that than if it took an extra day for the incubation period. As far as creating the agar plates, I did not enjoy the smell of the solution. It took longer than 10 minutes to take the solid solution of the agar and melt them down to pour them. The smell was not my favorite. I also prepped, while I was creating these three for this lab, I prepped the ones for the bacteria, the second lab that's due this week, so then I could start it Wednesday night as well and see what the incubation period for those ones were as well. So starting with the E. coli, you can see pretty well. It's a lot of circular. The shapes are circular. I see some dark orange growths down in this area. You probably can't see them, but down in here, here's some dark oranges. And then there's just some light yellow, white color circles. But that's all I see is just circular growth. I don't see any raises of them. With the S. epidermidis, it's kind of hard to see because it's where I wrote, but I see two dark, bigger circular growths right here, and I see like a little tiny one that I'm sure will get bigger over time. And then along the edges here, along the edges here I see some like a raised growth. I'm not really sure it's between like a lobate or a curled elevation. I wouldn't really know which one to exactly call it, but there's definitely raised elevation there. And then with the yeast, I don't really see much with the cerevase. I just see a lot of little tiny dots that's within the scratching when I was scratching the bacteria into it and spreading it out. So I don't see any raised. I just see little tiny dots. So it could be possible that I didn't let the yeast froth up enough. I didn't wait long enough, or it could just be taking longer than the other two bacterias, which for others, a couple different reasons of why. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like since we're going to be saving this for future labs. I'm very curious to see how it's going to come out. So this is the ending of the aseptic technique. I will go ahead and start putting these in the refrigerator as the instructions direct, and I will get ready to evaluate the second lab for the bacteria.